southbound. Command has been given. Crank him up.
Let's go. When I say I don't know, I don't know.
Let's go, baby.
Now, the morning drive.
Buckle up, everybody.
A little bit of this and a little bit of that.
It's a game changer.
I listen to you guys every single day on my way to work.
Well, again, I'm not a doctor, nor do I play one on the radio.
You guys are amazing.
What are you doing over there?
I'm going to the top.
The morning drive with Mike Bagley and Pete Pistone.
To the bat balls.
Sirius XM NASCAR Radio, Channel 90, live and on the air for this Monday morning, April 24th, 2023. Mike Bagley here in the ATL. We've got Pistol Pete Pistone in the Paisan Palace in Chicago. We've got Sammy and Davey in Studio 134, the Beltway Bureau in our nation's capital. We welcome each and every one of you to this Monday morning, and happy day one of the work week to you, Triple P.
Well, good morning, Bagman. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday to one and all as we kick off a brand new week here on Sirius XM NASCAR Radio after an event-filled weekend in Talladega, including Sunday, a driver visiting Victory Lane for the first time in 15 years.
We had a little bit of this and a little bit of that. The Geico 500 at day's end belonged to the newest driver edition to Richard Childress Racing.
From Talladega Super Speedway.
Drivers, start your engines.
Field works its way through the tri-oval start-finish line on the other side of that. Here they come. Green flag is in the air from Chief Starter Greg Harris. Through the gearbox they go for the first time. The NASCAR Cup Series racing at Talladega. They are going to bail out of the draft. Oh, one of them slides, nearly wrecks, and now spins it around. It's Tyler Reddick that will spin. He'll make contact with the inside wall. Car ricochets across the pit lane out into the grass. He's going to grab a gear and try to pull in. Caution on the speedway here on lap number 42, and that's for Chase Briscoe. In the middle of pit road, the right rear is down on the car, and the car just simply won't move. He's just spinning around and basically doing donuts, trying to get the car to advance. Can't do it.
The first checkered flag of the afternoon, and they all want it. The green and white checkered flag is out. Chase Elliott will take the lead. Chastain, Bowman side by side for second. At the line, it is Chase Elliott. He will pick up the Stage 1 win.
Green flag goes back in the air. Racing once again at Talladega. Outside lane led by Denny Hamlin. He's got a trunk full of Kevin Harvick. Downstairs, it is Justin Haley. He's being shoved for all he's worth by Ross Chastain.
And now Harvick does take control. Outside lane doing a great job of staying tightly bunched together. Joey Logano third in line, doing just as much help as Truex is giving to Harvick. And out in front of the field, Harvick pulls Truex 1 and 2.
There was a speeding penalty handed out, and this is going to be a tough one, and it's going to be for Joey Logano, who's going to have to do a pass-through penalty. Logano busted for speeding here. Down to the bottom of the racetrack, Chase Elliott has the field behind him, coming to the tri-oval, and the green and white checkered flag. Chase Elliott now will get a challenge from Eric Almirola to the line. It's a dead heat.
Eric Almirola will come across the line and score the win, the Stage 2 win. How about the Wood Brothers Ford Mustang? Could it lead here at Talladega? Harrison Burton at the controls. Harrison Burton may lead this lap. The Wood Brothers are out front at the Talladega Super Speedway.
Trouble for number 3. Harrison Burton gets turned. Bottom of the racetrack. Burton gets turned, and now others begin to slide and crash up into the banking of turn number 3.
And the green flag goes back in the air, but the outside lane gets a good run led by Bubba Wallace, Denny Hamlin, and Martin Truex Jr.
Denny Hamlin giving a pretty good shove to Bubba Wallace into turn number 1. He'll run side by side for the lead now. Ryan Blaney drafting help from Eric Almirola. Blaney to the lead.
And if you do want to get Ty Gibbs shuffled out of the mix, how do you do it without potentially causing a problem for yourself and everybody behind you? That's the mystery we're going to solve here over the final 10 laps or so as Gibbs goes to the point.
Here they come into turn number 1. Down to the inside, it's Blaney. They are side by side now, Blaney and Gibbs. Third lane, still not able to get it going with Tyler Reddick to lead there. Trouble back straightaway. Joey Logano gets turned. He's hard into the inside wall. Harrison Burton spins. He's hard into the inside wall. As the pack comes apart, Logano was trying to lead the charge up the 3-wide line, and he got turned into the fence off turn 2.
Overtime, green, white, checkered flag. Here we go. The green is in the air, and Noah Gregson will get the jump thanks to Ross Chastain, but that inside lane begins to roll. The Ford's downstairs, and here comes Ryan Blaney.
Eric Almirola just shoving the down. Look out, Noah Gragson gets hit. He's head on into the wall in turn number 1. Kyle Larson spins. Oh, he gets tattooed by Ryan Preece. Preece sprints down the banking. An evasive move now by Daniel Suarez. A heavy hit. Head on into the outside wall for Noah Gragson. A heavy T-bone hit involving Ryan Preece and Kyle Larson.
Ryan Blaney just said the fuel pressure indicator has started to blink.
Try to get down on the flat.
Outside lane begins to form up. It's Bubba Wallace coming to the outside. Challenge for the race lead. Field steaming to the white flag. Bubba Wallace, the new race leader. Ryan Blaney's on his back bumper headed to turn 1.
Wallace around the outside lane to the lead. Blaney right there for second. Wallace slams the door. Goes up to try and block. We've got a car in the wall. Oh, Bubba gets turned in the face of the field. Truex gets clobbered. Allmendinger gets clobbered. Pandemonium coming off turn number 2. Bubba Wallace's car torn to bits. Austin Cindric is in the middle of it. Riley Herbst gets a piece. Truex gets a piece. A.J. Allmendinger's car crab walking down the back straightaway. A massive pileup between turns 1 and 2.
The white flag has already come out. The caution flag is out.
Jeff, it's now official.
It is official. Kyle Busch has won here at the Talladega Super Speedway.
He's at home, baby. He's at home. Damn good job, Kyle. All right, they just confirmed 8 is your winner. 8 is your winner. You got to get to the line. Let's go! Woo! To the line. Great job, Beard. Nice work. Sweated it out. Great job, man. That was awesome. There when it mattered. Hell yeah. Talladega, boys. Woo!
That's how it sounded yesterday at Talladega Super Speedway. Well, that race had a little bit of everything, and at day's end, it was Kyle Busch for the second time. Daytona almost had won the 500, but comes back and wins the second 500-mile race of the year in the Geico 500 at Talladega. Petey, share some thoughts.
Well, it's interesting because if you go back to one of our Friday 4 discussions on Friday here on TMD, Kyle Busch was one of the guys that I brought up for the same reasons we're talking about him winning, that he has not really been in position when he was with Joe Gibbs Racing and Toyota that often to be in the mix at the end of one of these races, Mike. And here we are 15 years later of the last time he went to Victory Lane at Talladega, the year, by the way, that he won 2 super speedway races. And here he is back in Victory Lane. By his own admission, it took some luck. I mean, the way these races lately now play themselves out with overtime finishes, being in the right place at the right time, being able to avoid a lot of the aggressiveness we saw in those 2 overtimes, and being in a position that some strategy that Randall Burnett and he worked out, that all worked out together for him. And we literally could be talking about Kyle Busch winning 2 500-mile races this year, Daytona and Talladega. That's how close he was back in February. But there he is with his second win for Richard Childress Racing, and as they say, the first time at Talladega since 2008.
You know, it's interesting that we started out yesterday, and Kyle was towards the front, and then through the proceedings got shuffled back, and it took him a long time to get back to the front, but he was able to get back there at the end, and I still marvel that it used to be that if a super speedway race was on the schedule, Kyle Busch was already going to be in it. I mean, you can just bet your bottom. There's so many times where, I mean, Kyle's been wrecked at the front of the field, middle, back of the field, and him and restrictor plate races or plate races, super speedway races just didn't mix for so long. And now he almost won the 500. Had we gone to the scheduled distance, he would have won the 500. Still had a good finish, but was able to back that up with a run at Talladega and take advantage of, obviously, others' misfortune on the white flag lap, and he was declared the winner through that process and that proceeding. I thought Bubba Wallace had a shot. Maybe if he didn't try to make that car as wide as he did, he would have, or at least had a good shot. But Bubba was the class of the field for the majority of the race. There are 2 or 3 drivers, Pete, that stood out to me yesterday that had good runs and good elements in their runs, and those drivers for me were Bubba Wallace, Eric Almirola, Ryan Blaney, and Ty Gibbs. Those 4 drivers, to me, bubbled up to the surface as drivers that needed to be contended with and at times took control of the race in certain periods of time within the race.
I would agree with that. I think Bubba at the end, obviously doing what he was doing, making his car as wide as possible, maybe one block too many, and it turned into being disaster at the end. I got to tell you, that hit with Kyle Larson and Ryan Preece, just, I can't watch it. I watched that in-car camera shot of Ryan and just the way he got jarred around. That was tough to watch. Mike, I would add Joey Logano to that list. I thought Joey had an opportunity there, and then he got kind of caught up there as he kind of swung down there, got hit from behind by Corey LaJoie. So a lot of what we talk about at Talladega, a lot of what we talk about right now in this current era of super speedway racing with this next-gen car is being in the right place at the right time. And you make these moves hoping you're going to be able to pull them off, and all it takes is such a margin of error for it to go south the wrong way. And you saw what happened there in the 2 overtime finishes yesterday. But at the end of it all, just back to Kyle Busch, bringing it full circle, 2 times now in victory lane already for Richard Childress Racing. And, you mentioned again, we both did, the drought of Kyle. And to me, it's kind of symptomatic of the whole Toyota situation there. The best finishing Toyota yesterday was Tyler Reddick at 16th. They just don't have the group to work together like the Chevys do, like the Fords do. And I just feel like even though they got speed and great drivers, hell, Denny Hamlin won the pole for this race on Saturday, something seems to go wrong at the end. And for Bubba Wallace and Toyota, that something was at the end of that race in overtime.
Well, we've got lots to talk about today. We will break down the Geico 500. It was a very eventful Ag Pro 300 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Got that coming your way as well. We've got checkered flags and black flags coming up. Got Rudy Fugle going to join us at 9 Eastern this morning. Of course, he is a part of the Hendrick Motorsports organization, crew chief for William Byron. It was an eventful day for Willie B as they had to scratch and claw to get all they could. And we'll also take you back, as we said, to the Ag Pro 300. We're with you all morning here until 11 a.m. Eastern time as we break down the proceedings from Talladega Superspeedway. You can get your checkered flags and black flags in at 866 Pit Lane. You can also tweet them to us at SiriusXM NASCAR, hashtag TMD NASCAR, as we continue to break down race 10 of the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series season.